Welcome to the section. In continuation to the corrosion protection method, the paint is also considered as one of the protection method. Painting the metal surface is the one method to avoid corrosion in the metal surface. So what is paint? What are all the constituents of the paints? That is the thing we are going to discuss now. So organic coating is one of the way we can avoid corrosion. What is definition of the paint? Paint is nothing but a mechanical dispersion of one or more fine pigment present in the thinner. In addition with that, we have vehicle. When paint is appeared on the metal surface, or when the paint is applied on the metal surface, the thinner get evaporated and vehicle, which is vegetable oil, is undergoes slow oxidation and form a film. This film hold the pigment material that present in the paint. So this film, so initially this is the surface of a metal. You are coating the paint on the surface of metal which is actually in the liquid state. Adhered on the surface of metal, paint undergo oxidation in a polymerization process and form a film. During the film formation, the thinner, which is volatile substance that present in the paint, get evaporated, and the vehicle, which is vegetable oil, that undergo polymerization, that is oxidation process, and it form a film that is solid in nature, and this solid film hold the pigment that present in the paint. So this is what the definition of paint. We have some request for a good paint. So what is the request that makes that? What are all the needs for the paint to make it a good one? The paint should spread easily on the metal surface. It should adhere well, so it stick on the metal surface easily and finely, and it should produce a stable color on the metal surface, and it has a high hiding power. Hiding power means covering capacity. So it is a metal surface means the paint should cover all the area without any blank surface, and it should avoid, the purpose of painting is it should avoid corrosion and water, and it makes water resistant, protect your material. It is also give a glassy film surface which gives a good appearance for the paint. So these things are requirements for a paint to consider as a good paint. Now we are going to see the constituents of paint. As we see earlier in the definition of paint, there are three main ingredients in the paint. First one is pigment, second one is thinner, third one is vehicle. So in addition to three constituents, we have some more constituents to make the film, to make the paint film as a stable one and a fine one. So now we are going to see the constituents of the paint. First, as we see in the definition, the pigment is the main constituent. The pigment is nothing but color producing substance that present in the paint. What are all the function of the paint? The pigment should produce a definite color, opacity, strength to the paint film, and it will protect the film. So these are all the requirement and function of a pigment. Example, we have so many example pigments are there. First one is, here I am giving some example. If you want to produce a black pigment, if you need a black color, we mix with a black pigment. This is nothing but carbon black. If you want to produce a white paint, you need white pigment. That is example for white pigment. Example for white pigment is lead carbonate in addition with lead hydroxide. So there are in addition to that, there are many examples of pigments are there. Second constituent of a paint is vehicle or vegetable oil or drying oil. It is nothing but high molecular weight fatty acid, and it is the one thing that produces the film by oxidation or polymerization process. It is a non-volatile portion in the paint. The function of paint is nothing but it should create a protective film through oxidation or polymerization process and can hold the pigment material that present in the paint. The example for the vegetable oil or drying oil is linseed oil, dehydrated castor oil. So these are all the things commonly we are commonly using as a vehicle or drying oil. Extenders or fillers. This is the third constraint. Third constraint of the paint is extender and filler. It is actually a white powder. What is the purpose of this extender means? We want variety of shades in a particular color. For a green color means you need different variety of green color. For that we need a white powder which is added in the green pigment paint. So we can get different shades of green color. What is the function of extender? It actually reduces the cost and prevent the shrinkage of a polymer film, and it will create and it will give variety of shades in a particular color. These are the functions of extender. Example for that one is talc, gypsum, china, clay. So these are the example material for the extender. The fourth one is thinner and the solvent. So thinner, it actually act as a solvent in the paint. It is one of the volatile portion. It is a one volatile portion. It reduces the viscosity because if you add a pigment which is in the solid in nature and vegetable oil which is highly viscous one, to have a homogeneous medium you need solvent. That is this is the purpose we are adding thinner. So what is the function of thinner? It reduces the viscosity and it dissolves both oil and the pigment, and it increases the elasticity. So this is the purpose of adding thinner or act as a solvent in the preparation of paint. Next we are going to see a dryer. Dryer component is it accelerates the drying process. When you paint the surface of metal, it adhere on the surface of the metal and slowly get evaporated. And it thinner present in the paint gets slowly evaporated, and the dryer which present in the paint maximize the availability of oxygen and initiate the polymerization of vehicle or vegetable oil to form a film. To make polymer film we need oxygen. For that one we are adding dryer. Example for dryer is we are using soap, linolates, resinates of metal are used as a dryer in the preparation of paint. Next one is plasticizer. In order to avoid cracking in the polymer film, we are adding plasticizer which increase the elasticity to the film during the temperature variation, and it increase the stability of the film. For that one we are adding the phosphates. The final one is anti-skinning agent. To avoid gelling and skinning of your polymer film, we are adding anti-skinning agent. Example for that one is polyhydroxyphenol. So the main constraint of a paint is pigment, vehicle, thinner. This is the maximum part of a paint, and the minimum point of the paint, minimum constraint of the paint is extender, dryer, plasticizer and anti-skinning agent, which are all added in the preparation of the paint to make the polymer film, paint film as a fine one, stable one, and have a good look in the surface. These constraints are used in the preparation of the paint. Thank you.